You know, one of the really nice things about boondocking is that you have the time to kind of deep dive into something you want to research. And a couple videos ago, I told you I was getting some exercise in to work with my son so that when we go to Zion, I'll be able to keep up with him. And the exercises seem like I got hurt more than got better, my left knee and all of this stuff. So I did a deep dive into looking at exercises for old people. And boy, the internet is incredible if you're willing to look. I found a lot of information that completely changed the way I do exercise. At 70, I have been doing exercises the way pretty much I've been doing them since high school. You know, the stuff you learned in high school gym class and all that, push-ups, sit-ups, barbell curls, bicep curls, all the standard stuff. But I'm finding out that once you hit your 60s and 70s, a lot of those exercises aren't beneficial and they actually can be a little harmful. So I completely changed my exercise routine, and it has completely changed the results I've gotten for the better. And most of you out there probably doing what I was doing, the same exercises you've been doing for 30, 40 years, and you're noticing that you're getting diminishing returns, and you're thinking that's because you're getting older. Well, it's not true. Well, part of it's true, but it's not for why you think it is. There's a thing called anabolic resistance. It's a key thing to look it up. Part of what I hope these things do for you is help you to go research some things on your own. But anabolic resistance is the inability for your muscles to build and repair themselves after exercise, like, weight training, something like that. And as we get older, the anabolic resistance increases. So it gets harder for our muscles to repair themselves. And I found so much interesting stuff. There's an amino acid that your body has a harder time incorporating. It's called leucine, Leucine. And we need more of it as we get older. And we actually, for most of us, are probably eating less of it as we go along. So we need more leucine. And you find that in things like meats and all of that. And I don't know about you, but as I get older, I'm in my 70s, I don't eat as much meat as I used to. So I got a leucine supplement to help. And then there's another thing called the muscle recruitment pool. That's a new one, isn't it? And these nice little terms I'm finding. Muscle recruitment pool. We've got two kinds of muscles. We've got type 1 and type 2. Type 1, slow twitch. They're the ones that help, keep you erect, and they keep your posture and all of that stuff. They're good for stamina kinds of things. Slow twitch muscles are the people who can, jog forever. You do something for a very, very long time. Light weights, long, many reps. That's slow twitch. Second type is fast twitch. And those are for speed and power. And that comes into like weightlifting. And it's interesting, as you get older, you don't really lose that much type 1 slow twitch, but you do lose a lot of type 2 fast twitch. This is where those magic words sarcopenia and dynapenia, which is loss of strength, sarcopenia is loss of muscle. Those two deal with fast twitch. So that's what you're losing, is as you get older, you're losing your fast twitch muscles. So those are the ones that actually show up, when you start to bulk up. And as you're in your 60s and 70s, can you bulk up a little bit? If you do it right, you can. And I'm trying this new exercise process, and I've done it 3 times, and I can feel a difference. I can really start to feel a difference on how my muscles are recovering, and I haven't felt this good or put it this way, I haven't felt this kind of results in 5 or 6 years. Now, I'm still taking my creatine, but what I changed when I do my weightlifting, I used to do 10, 10, and 10. 3 sets of 10, same weight. Do a set of 10, rest a minute, do a set of 10, rest a minute, do another set of 10. Now I've changed that to a 10, 8, and 6. I do a set of 10, rest a minute, increase the weights. And I can't tell you how much because, the different machines, the different muscles I'm targeting, I increase the weight by different amounts. But I do increase the weights, do a set of 8, wait a minute, and do a set of 6 with increased weights. So it's 10 increased weights, 8 increased weights, 6 increased weights. And this is the critical thing. If you just do that, you're not getting the type 2 fast twitch muscles involved as much as you should. And here's the little catch, here's the little trick. Do 3 sets, 3 reps, 3 repetitions of whatever movement you're going to do, bicep curl, whatever it is, at 85 to 90% maximum load. So just 3 reps, really hard, rest for a minute to a minute and a half, and then do your 10, 8, and 6 like you normally do. And those 3 reps, what they do is they turn on the fast twitch muscles, the ones that you start to lose for strength. And, that's where the dynapenia and sarcopenia are happening. So doing just 3 reps at 85 to 90%, and then do your regular set of 10, 8, and 6. And that makes it's just incredible. That's all I can say. And it doesn't take, but maybe add another, a 1 minute rest with 3 reps, maybe a minute and 20 seconds to your entire routine that you've been doing for a while. So that's the secret, is to do the 3 reps at 85% and make them slow reps so that you don't hurt yourself, because you're using a lot of weight. Slow rep, heavy weight. And then the other thing with the leucine, Leucine, take 2 grams roughly. It's hard to say how, I always don't like to tell how much, because a 6'6", 300-pounder is not going to take the same amount as a 5'2", 110-pounder, but 2 grams roughly 30 minutes before you do your workout. And interesting enough, the recovery period for somebody in their 70s is a whole lot longer than somebody in their 20s. So you want to take another 2 grams, so maybe 3 grams, between an hour and a half after your workout to help rebuild. So it's really interesting that just before you work out, take a little leucine, like a 2-gram pill, and then between an hour and a half afterwards, take another leucine, and you'll see results like as if you were in your 20s and 30s. It's pretty interesting. And this is with not changing your general exercise program, other than adding the 3 reps at 85 to 95% for each exercise you do before you do your regular set of exercises. So that's what I've changed. Man, I wish I'd had researched this earlier, like in my 60s, instead of waiting until I got 70. But I had no idea that once you get older, this thing called anabolic resistance actually shuts down regular exercise, and you get diminishing or maybe no returns versus the same exercises you were doing these when you were in your 30s, 40s, and even into your 50s, and you were getting great results, and now you're not. So look up anabolic resistance, look up leucine, Leucine, and just add this little minute and 10-second, 20-second, 3-rep max, or not really max, 85 to 90% before you do your routine, and then do your regular routine, or do like I do where it's increased resistance, where you do a 10-8-6. And a little trick on the 10-8-6, make it so that you do 10 at a moderate pace. Let's say it takes 30 seconds to do 10 reps of a bicep curl. Well, what makes this, then you add a little bit of weight. What makes this fun is you try to do the 8 reps in the 30 seconds. So you slow down. And then you add a little bit more weight and you do the 6 reps in the same 30 seconds. So you're slowing down even more. So you go 10-8-6 and you go slower, 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 with the weights going higher, 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 and your muscles get bigger, bigger, bigger. For those of you who like to exercise while you're in your RV, or even not even if you're in your RV, but if you just like to exercise and you're getting older and you're finding out your returns are coming, they're not as good as they used to be. Try these little tricks and let me know in the comments if it's working for you. And boy, I've done three times using this new routine, and yeah, for me, I give it a thumbs up. So I've changed my exercise routine to include all this stuff, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I hope this gives you some insights into your routine, and maybe you'll change things up a little bit and try some of these things, and you'll love it too. All right. And I'll keep posting, and I'm going to be hulking out, so I'll keep posting, and you keep watching, and we'll both smile through this together. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.